And looks like we're good. Hello, ISCP fans.
Welcome to another episode of the Indie Sports Car Podcast. And why did you turn that camera? It was in the perfect position.
Yeah, I know. It is now. It doesn't see you.
Thank you.
That's what I was going for.
That's what I was going for too.
Yeah, but it's on the screen. I don't want to look at this. You know, it kind of looks weird. Like I'm not looking at the fine people listening. What's up, Jared? Hey, Missy.
What's up?
Hello.
What's going on, IndyCar fan?
Hi, Greg.
Is Muffin in here already?
That is Muffin, right?
Yeah, Gam.
Oh.
Yeah, Gam Woofers.
He changed his thing. It confuses me now.
How does that confuse you? It's always
Because it's
Gam.
not a muffin. Was it always Gam? Didn't he have a muffin on there at one point? I don't know.
Yeah, he was Muffin like 5 years ago. It just stuck.
Oh,
he hasn't been Muffin for 5 years, but he'll be Muffin for my entire life. He'll be Muffin for me forever. He's my Muffin.
There's Lance.
Yep. What's up, Lance? How are you, buddy?
Hello, everybody.
Hola, hola. And we are now streaming on where are we at now out there, Jared?
Yep, we're on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Periscope, and the free Hot Mic app on your mobile device.
That's right. So if you guys aren't home, you still can enjoy it. And if you are home, you can still enjoy it. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm going to say if you're catching this episode on demand, if you're listening to just the audio and you can, check out, just go to Linktree. It's linktr.ee/ISCP live, and that'll give you links to every single or our most recent episode on your choice of platforms.
There you go. Whatever you like to listen to, we're there. We try to be. You know, but this is a forever changing landscape of I don't know what, and trying to be ahead of the curve is hard. But Jared was ahead of this curve for like way ahead of it, to be honest with you. I think you're a pioneer, to be honest, man.
Yeah, I kind of have to give IndyCar credit for doing the iRacing stuff, because that really pushed me into, and Hot Mic as well, for
definitely
video, and then the concept of the live races with the iRacing just really pushed me into the limits of my laptop and how far can I push it with running iRacing to in the same session so I can show different camera angles and all that other stuff. And then the graphics over top was what really started to push it over the edge. But it's evolved. We've been at this almost 6 months now doing the video.
It's been a learning curve, steep learning curve.
It's been a good learning curve, and it's come a long ways, and it's only going to go a lot further.
Yeah, I just got to thank Loitering in Wonderland Studios and Raiders of the Lost Flicks for the shows that we've been doing Tuesday. Doing this way with this StreamYard, learning how to use it, really gave us a boost on that.
Yeah, so, StreamYard is awesome.
Yeah, it really is. I was telling Adam the other day, I'm like, dude, thank you so much, dude. Like, and he was like, oh, it's awesome. So when if you ever have a problem, just let me know.
For sure. Well, I can't remember. Is there a race coming up this week? I can't remember if there's a race coming up this week.
Somebody finally made it to it, but I am a unbiased member of the media community. I do not, support any.
So what you're saying is you're not going to AC and putting down some money on that.
That's for you, not me.
I'm not going to AC. I'm going to the MCC.
I'm going to AC to put money down for you.
Oh well, no, I'm actually going. Michigan casinos now allow in person.
You could have told me that.
Yeah, but it's only in person. You actually have to go to the casino in person and place the bets there. They don't even have like any sort of mobile app or any web betting.
Gam said the US 500 in Michigan. Gam, that never happened. That's a conspiracy, and don't ever bring it up again.
Actually, I'm pretty sure. Yep, it was at Michigan because I have a poster in my office.
I know it was in Michigan.
I have a poster in my office from the inaugural US 500. It used to sit in the administration office, actually in Roger Curtis's office. He's a used to be the president of MIS, like it from the inaugural ones, got Bobby Ray Hall in the incredible mustache. It's what Graham wishes he could grow.
Did he have the round glasses as well?
Oh, absolutely.
I think Bobby needs to go back to the glasses, or Graham all of a sudden has an eye problem. One or the other. Somebody needs to go boop to Graham so he can get the glasses. You never know. And then he'll go into like a deep depression. Mustache. Just saying, it's a possibility. You know, it's an option. It's out there. Whatever. I'm not going to do it personally. I don't advocate such things. Though, but anyway.
Yep. Should have had orange juice for that race. Yeah. Oh, I can never remember the name of the one idiot who owned the orange groves and is like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna push my own product and drink orange juice. Like,
oh, was that Emo Fittipaldi?
I believe it
was Emerson Fittipaldi. It was the year.
I don't even
93.
I don't even remember who.
I remember because
I can't remember his name because he's not a winner. Winners drink milk.
Because 92, Little Al won in the Valvoline. And then the very next year, Penske picked them up. And Penske had Paul Tracy, Little Al, and Emo Fittipaldi. And then Emo won in 93. Little Al won in 94. Paul never did. But hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? And then 98 comes around and Penske and, you know, split, and I don't want to talk about.
Yeah, US 500.
I'll tell you what though. I did watch a documentary. I wouldn't call it a documentary because it wasn't that I think documentaries are really long. You know, this wasn't that long, but I would say it was the best. I'll call it a documentary, a YouTube documentary. Put it that way. All right. And the YouTube documentary, it was the best explanation of why the split happened, who were the main culprits in it, and and basically, thank goodness they all got their heads out their butts and reunified to IndyCar in 2009 or 2008, 2009, whatever. And because it's the best thing that could have happened to them. Never mind. I don't even want to tell you what I just what that was. Okay, so I took a picture wearing the shirt, and I sent it to Pato saying I'm about to go live. Being a completely unbiased member of the IndyCar media, and Pato just gave it the seal of approval. I'm not going to tell you what he said because it's kind of explicit, but that's kind of how it goes. It's funny. All right, moving on.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a race this weekend. I'm pretty sure there's stuff going on last weekend too, and I think we actually have some of
we had a great guest on last week, right? Had Spencer Piggott on last week.
It had Spencer Piggott last week,
which I really need to up my recording game. That's my fault because I didn't get the recording on my end started until after the interview because I'm always like last minute.
Well, the good news is that you can also find it on demand on Facebook Live, YouTube. I'm pretty sure Periscope keeps it all too.
Yep,
and everything's on demand.
Yep. So pretty much, if you want to check out Spencer Piggott's interview, it was pretty good. It was I think 5th or 6th time he was on, and then I got the very funny. I think I did post that last week, I believe. But it was like right into you being your weird character.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Anyways, okay, so Missy, crazy qualifying that, I don't know if many people know about, but Jared is always on top of all the practices, qualifying, races, all that good stuff. and he streams them. We can't show them obviously because of copyright, but we do stream them. So
You can also get the audio too. It's really nice with the Hot Mic app when stuff is on TV.
And you're at work. Yeah.
Yeah, well, no, but like when it's on TV, you can sync it with your TV on the app, and it's synced to my audio and your audio, so you're actually watching on the app at the exact same time as what I'm watching.
Right.
Like basically, it syncs everything up, which is really nice when you're trying to watch live, and when you hear, because my audio, because I have surround sound down here in the basement, bleeds through the microphone by intent, because to allow you to sync to your TV.
Right. And exactly. And it's been a lot of fun. A lot of times when he does it, I'm sleeping for some reason.
Exactly.
Because I never get any sleep during the week. But yeah, so
yeah, the last weekend qualifying, the Fast 9 shootout on Sunday.
Which was very interesting.
You see who's on pole, and it's both surprising and not surprising, because you look at the whole week leading up to qualifying, and Marco was, the whole Andretti team was fast, but Marco specifically was the fastest out of the team. And to see him go out there on qualifying day on Saturday near the end, he was one of the last cars. I believe he went out 28th out of 33, and then put up those really fast numbers in a lot hotter conditions than what someone like Rinus VK, our boy Rinus, in fourth, he went out relatively early, and was able to put up pretty fast lap in not so hot conditions. So big kudos to Marco. It really seems like his year, and I've said it before. I said it all weekend on,
because the world is going to hell.
On here, I said, yeah,
that's the only reason Marco's on top. That's a fitting for this year.
Marco winning the Indy 500 would be the most 2020 thing ever.
It would.
It really would be. Yeah.
It's like, well, that's 2020. Marco won the 500.
That's 2020 in a nutshell. If you woke me up, or like sent somebody like back even just 5 years and said, okay, so 2020, you got COVID, you got all sorts of civil unrest. Oh, and Marco Andretti won the Indy 500. You'd be like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, wait,
like there was, you mean this pandemic, man? Nothing. Marco Andretti won the Indy 500. Yeah, and he was fast like the whole month of August. Wait, month of August? Wait, that kind of ties it all. Then you'd be like, oh yeah, you mean pandemic thing? Yeah.
This entire year has been insane.
Dixon get his car fixed before practice ended. The answer, Lance, is no, not before the end of practice on Sunday. However, they still have a 2-hour practice session tomorrow from, I believe it's 11 to 1 on NBCSN, NBC Gold, to
and as long as
the car is good.
Yeah, as long as my job doesn't do what it likes to do to me, I'll be able to do that with you.
Well, I will actually not be available at all tomorrow. I'll be on a lake with no Wi-Fi, no TV, nothing but games, a boat, a lake, and alcohol.
And what's funny is, like, you say that right now, but in 2 years, you will be able to do that on the lake. Thanks, Elon.
Yes, that will be nice.
Can't wait. Can't wait to dump Comcast and all of it and just go Starlink for everything.
But yeah, this right here for Frank. The fact that Will Power and all of Team Penske, like I've seen the videos from the garage where all the Penske boys, because none of them were in the Fast 9. They had nothing to do on Sunday except prep for the practice session. And so to see them in there cheering on Marco, and it's not even Marco. It's the Andretti name. It's the first time an Andretti's won pole at Indy since Mario did it in '87 when I was 2 years old. Michael never did it.
Nope. Wait, so how? Wait. Are you telling me Marco's the only Andretti to ever get pole?
No, second Andretti. Mario won it in '87.
Okay. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I thought that. Okay.
Yeah, Mario did, but
And he
not
said he
Michael.
was 2 at the time.
Yeah, I was only 2 years old.
How old are you?
30. I turned 35 in about a month.
Okay, so Missy should remember it. Out of all of us, I don't.
So here's a good one from Greg.
You are
Whoever
only
wins will be the
4
only
months
Indy
younger.
500 winner with no fans,
Okay.
while Carb Night and the Hoosier 100 will have fans.
Really? How's that working? What?
I'm not the organizer.
So Carb Night will have fans.
And small tracks, I mean, just about all of them where they can run, they have been. I know when I went on my golf trip a couple weeks ago, I drove past a little dirt track up in like central northern Michigan, and they still race every Saturday night, and they still have fans. I mean, it's not many fans. They have to greatly reduce the number of tickets they can sell, but they still have fans.
Right. Okay.
It's I hate talking like the politics of it, but it was I can't believe. I mean, the amount of political pressure and just pressure from everybody to make Roger Penske cave. I never thought I would ever see Roger Penske come out with such a strong statement as we are committed to either running the Indy 500 with fans, even if it's a reduced number, or not at all. And to see him have to back that down and go back on that, that might be the first time Roger Penske's ever gone back on his word, ever.
I wonder how it felt.
It has to be just devastating for him.
He's like, but I have money and stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you just dive into like an Uncle Scrooge type of swimming pool, and then nothing else really matters.
And not nothing, but if Scrooge McDuck were to dive into that many coins, he'd just go splat. Just saying.
That might be too old for some people. Does that still come on?
What?
DuckTales?
Woo!
Was it Huey, Louie, and no?
Huey, Louie, and Dewey.
Yep.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That's it.
Don't make me have to.
And then you had Crash McDuck or something, and he every time he flew and crashed, it was a perfect crash landing or something. What a dumb show! I love that show.
Oh, DuckTales had a reboot.
Oh, of course they did.
Woo.
Yeah, there's no original thought anymore, so why not? Moving along. Yeah, you're right about Spotify. This is peeing me off, like extremely a lot. I can find it through episodes. I can't find it through shows itself. Why? It has to be a Podbean thing. Podbean just totally redid their site. I need to learn it.
So I guess one of the surprising things, not surprising, well, yeah, I guess it was surprising that Ryan S. is the top rookie starting 4th in the Indy 500.
Let's get
and Alex Palau?
I have no idea.
He's starting 7th. I mean, so. And.
You want to go through the whole order?
Poor showing for the Chevys.
What was there, 2 or 1?
There was 1 in the top 9.
Top 10.
And I honestly think the only reason that Renus even got into it was because he went out so early. Like he had a fast car. I'll give him credit. He had a fast car. Clearly he showed he had a fast car on Sunday. But he also greatly benefited from going out early.
You always do. Well, depending on the wind, I guess.
Weather.
Yeah. If there's no wind, the earlier you go up, the better, because the more rubber that gets laid down, the slower you're going, because the more friction. It's just physics. But, so I think, isn't that how
science works? Yes.
No, it didn't. Ed Carpenter won a pole, didn't he?
He's won multiple poles.
He's won multiple.
Well, the last one he won, wasn't he like number 1 or 2?
No, I think he was dead last. When he went.
Was he?
Yeah.
Are you thinking about the Fast 9?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking about the.
Anyway, okay. Well, it is what it is.
I need to get my pillow.
All right. Does that Jared? Did you have the breakdown of who won from what position?
Of who won from what position? Well,
Like history wise,
whew,
we've gone through this before.
I don't have my laptop with me. Which would have had like the Indy 500 media guide and stuff on it. However, let's
It's a really good.
let's see what I can do.
It's a really good thing you don't have that now. Yeah, it makes sense. Hey, where is our media guides anyway? Oh yeah, mine's out in the car. Would it be in the media guide? Would like that kind of a stat even be there?
I mean, the season-long media guide wouldn't, but the
other one
does the Indy 500 media. It should.
Yeah, like from last year, because nothing's changed from last year. So
Right.
I don't know. I just just the things that I collect, I don't hold on to.
What are we talking about? What are we looking for?
How many people have won from pole?
I mean, it's been a long. I mean, before last year, it had been a great long time.
Yeah, it's not
5.
5. Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I just threw out a number.
It sounds good. It sounds about right. It's not a lot.
Simon Pagino last year.
Yeah, but that was. I mean, Simon Pagino's month of May was like first in everything. For some reason.
Oh, that's like. Wasn't that the same thing when Will Power won his Indy 500? He won.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah, 2018. He didn't win it from pole though.
No, he didn't win it from pole.
But it was from the front row.
But he won the GP in the 500 that month.
Yes, he did.
Because it was the first time that two faces were on there back to back on the side of the building there. Because it's the first time they won. Somebody won back to back those races.
And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Will did get the pole for the Grand Prix, but not the 500.
I don't remember that one.
That's why, as much as I love qualifying for the 500, I love qualifying for the 500 because bump day. Because who gets pole really doesn't matter much to me, honestly. Because it doesn't mean that's who's going to win the race. It's just it means who's going to get past first.
I mean, I think there would have been a bump day if there was no pandemic.
Oh, definitely. And this would have already happened 4 months ago.
I'm surprised you're having some of these races because I mean they got to be losing money.
Oh well,
who's paying? I mean, how are they paying sanctioning fees with no fans being able to be?
Who's paying who's sanctioning fees?
Well, the tracks.
Well, what is Roger going to pay himself now?
Well, no, I'm talking about the other tracks that they went to.
Yeah, they pay the series. It's not the track's problem. I mean, it's not the series problem. It's the track's problem.
Well, yeah, I know that. I'm just saying that's.
Yeah, but these people are like ridiculously rich. It doesn't matter. Like one bad year is not going to put them into bankruptcy.
Well, I don't know. Look at Iowa.
Okay, maybe a few, but I mean, Iowa's been on like the verge of bankruptcy since they built it. So. I mean, they put it out in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, so if I've got my answer here.
If you build it, some might come. Even though I love Iowa and we owe a lot to Iowa, so well, not to Iowa directly, to people who run Iowa, of course.
What answer are we looking for?
Who Indy 500 winners from pole? So before Simon did it last year, it was done twice. Elio and Scott Dixon, 2009, 2008. Sam Hornish, Buddy Rice, Ari Leindyke. So it is actually a relatively long list. I mean, Rick Mears did it 3 times from pole. 3 of his 4 wins came from pole.
Look, Allenser Jr. and Allenser, they both did it.
So yeah, I mean, it is not. I mean. Before last year, there was a drought of it.
Let me see. Up till 2019.
But that was because the passing, like the ability to pass, was so high with
the DW,
between the DW12, the base initial version of it, and the aero kits.
Notice
it actually produced a strong ability to pass, and the universal aero kits seem to take that away a little bit.
No,
And
it almost stopped it.
even more. So I would, if I were betting man, and I am, I would be putting my money on Marco. Anybody who's, I mean, Dixon is the clear favorite according to Vegas, and I can pull up what the lines are.
I would never put a dime on Marco Andretti to win this race. I'm sorry. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Are you?
Put money on who? Marco?
Are you? Yeah. When you go off to whatever, Dear Penske, what do you say? Dear Penske, rebuy Fontana. Well, I think he did. Or I think one of. Wait, Fontana is part of who?
It's California. Isn't it?
No, yeah, no, but the owners of that track, they own more than just that track. I think Michigan and whoever owns Michigan and Fontana are the same people. But you gotta understand, like NASCAR bought a lot of them, and under this other corporation, I can't remember the name. Huh? Wouldn't know what you say.
No, I just said that's not helping. But I was not talking about anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what? The pillow?
Yeah.
Do you? What do you need?
I don't think anything's gonna help. So just.
You want me to get some
sorry. Just keep going.
some propofol, maybe a Spinal Tap?
There you go. Fontana was built by Penske.
Yeah, doesn't he own it? Fontana. Yeah, Penske owns Fontana. Unless he sold it, but I doubt it. No reason to sell something when you're that rich. Unless, although he did sell Nazareth though. Penske did own Nazareth at one point, or he did own Nazareth when he bought it, but then he sold it, obviously, because we don't go there anymore. Which was my first race ever as a youngster. What was your first race ever there, Jared?
First race I ever attended in person?
Yeah.
2013 Indy 500.
Wow. I mean,
I sat right behind TK's pit stall for the whole race on the inside of the track.
How'd you get there?
That's where my, like, it was my first year with tickets, and that's where I ended up. I didn't know where to sit. I had no idea where to sit, and that's where I picked, and I moved immediately out of there the next year, found something a little bit better, and then kept moving to where I'm at now, which is like awesome. Yeah,
like the inside's only good when you're inside of
right,
the
well, and that's what I said. Like it was not the best place to sit, but in the end, the reality of TK winning in his pit stall right there. So again, to see the crew explode and it, like all that was what was most memorable about it.
It is a very cool experience to be around that. Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was crazy. Yeah. Good for TK. That was emotional. I think everybody had a tear in their eye when TK won that in 2013 because he earned it, man. Like out of any driver, it's like I don't care who you are, who your favorite driver is. I think every IndyCar fan had a teared up a bit when he won. You know, just such a likable guy. I mean, who has a problem with TK? I mean, I know. Like, I remember the one race where he took out like 13. Cars during was that a Phoenix race? I think it was 2 years ago. Was it? Remember Missy 2-3 years ago? And TK just kept on taking people out. It was like every single incident.
Oh yeah, it was a part of.
Yeah, and like we had a good time with it.
I think it was Texas.
Was it? Yeah, that's right. It was, and we had a good time with it. But boy, did people not.
Was that the race that there only like 9 people finished or something?
Thanks to TK, and TK was one of the 9. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah. TK was either involved or caused like every caution throughout the entire race. Less than 10 people finished the race, and one of them was TK. I think he finished 5th or something like that. But we had a good time with it. You know, we weren't dogging on TK. It was just it happened. It's not like we were just making it up. But boy, people were mad. Never got so much hate mail until after that one. People were so mad. Never listening to you guys again. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, okay. You obviously don't have a sense of humor. It's fine.
Yeah, it's funny because you look through the qualifying order here. I mean, Spencer Pigot. I mean, the majority Look at all these. I mean, you get to 13th. Joseph Newgarden, your top qualified Penske car, is 13th.
Yeah, I mean, Connor's 18th. Looks like, you know. I mean, Zach Veach, you got Pato.
Ed Carpenter in what has to be the best looking car.
Oh, yeah.
Car of all.
Yeah, the
So much
United
so that I
States-
really wish I have to take off my media hat and put on my fan hat. I may have pre-ordered myself a Space Force crew
Oh,
shirt.
He's a Space Force car. Come on now.
I know. I mean, it doesn't matter. It says Carpenter on the back, but it says United States Space Force on the front, and that is all that matters.
I kind of wish it looked more like the space shuttle. Just
Yeah.
saying. I mean, they missed a golden opportunity there. I don't know. Or just make it like white and then kind of black and white, like the Saturn V, maybe. And why isn't SpaceX, doing something? I mean, he owns Tesla, for crying out loud. Should be something, get people excited about SpaceX.
Well, here's your buddy Pato here in 15th.
Right on, right on. Well, 15th is
and Oliver down there 21st.
Hey,
I mean, that's respectable showings for the Arrow McLaren guys, considering that they basically handicapped themselves by going Chevy.
Yeah, and considering what happened last year.
Right.
So.
Oh, here's your mate.
Didn't do too well.
In what we call the COVID car.
Oh, stop already with the 5G stuff. People, will you please get a clue that has nothing to do with a virus? It is a radio band. It's a band of light. Come on, guys. Stop. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
We had 3G, and then the next iteration was 4G. Guess what the G stands for? Generation.
So you know it is probably one of the best is down here in 24th, Dalton Kellett. I know, and I can tell by the look on your face, Frank. I know the look on your face.
What's the look on my face?
Of you don't like him. I know you don't.
I have nothing bad to say about him whatsoever. Well, I've talked to Dalton before, and
the fact that he's able to qualify that car. 24. I mean, he's ahead of Simon Pagenaud. Won the thing last year. Look at that. Look at the names that he's in front of. Simon and Elio
and Max Chilton.
I wasn't really so much about the last row, but
and Charlie Kimball.
I mean, you got half a team Penske that this little Foyt car basically like a semi one-off. Like what he's
isn't he? He's not all season, is he?
He's a partial season. It's about like half season.
What is K-Line anyway?
I have no K-Line insulators.
Oh.
Something you probably know about.
No, I don't.
I know.
If it was Klein, it'd be something different, but then it wouldn't be blue. It'd be orange, I think. Well, at least now it would be. There was a Klein car at one point in time. I forget the colors, though.
Everybody's favorite, Fernando Alonso. Fernando.
See, Klein Tools, everybody. Klein Tools. Yes. Beautiful. Very. Whatever. Tools, great. Sometimes these things got to get loose and tightened up and stuff. So, but yeah, so cool. I don't squeak anymore. It's fun. So who's pulling up the rear? J.R. Hildebrand and Ben Hanley. That's your boy, Miss, right? Ben Hanley.
And you forgot about your favorite driver there on the inside of that row.
It's fine. He might as well not be there.
It does. I mean, if there's one thing that bothers me probably the most about Sage Karam, it's that he stole the number and font from Jeff Gordon.
It doesn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's your 104th running of the Indy 500, your starting lineup.
I like Ben Hamlin. Didn't he? Isn't he the one that bumped out Fernando Alonso last year?
No,
No.
that was
No, or
oh
Oh yeah.
it was
Mm. Oh,
oh
come
my
on.
goodness, why can't I say his name? 1 year because of Juncos. And he's a Juncos driver.
Yeah.
We've had him on how many times?
yeah,
Kyle
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 Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Kyle
Did
Kaiser.
I not say it like 3 times? And then
No,
Greg Gall.
No, you were cutting out. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Greg
That's
here
okay.
also posting it up.
Thank you, Gam. Kyle Kaiser. Yes. I mean, I've talked to Kyle Kaiser plenty of times. I met Fernando Alonso once and just stared at him and was like, and then he walked away. Yeah. First, the most famous person I ever met made me just speechless and like a little girl. Like, oh my God, I can't talk. I'm about to faint. Grab me. You know, and then I fell and Missy was like, what do you mean?
I think that was my reaction the first time I met Will Power. Is that poking
There
out?
you go. That's for Greg. Mentioned, remember Z-Line and someone who rode that livery.
Justin Wilson. Good pull. Old JW. Right on. Remember those cars with the hump? Man, those things were...
Oh, the backbreakers.
They were just... I mean, they were cool looking and all, but...
Race it on iRacing.
Yeah, you could do anything in them, really. iRacing did not have the physics down right for those, did they?
Well, you wanted to die. But yeah, we can take a quick look here at some of the... Like, this is just one of the casinos here in Michigan. They got some lines out. So the clear favorite, Dixon, only 4-1.
Ryan Hunter-Ray. Everybody can please...
9-1 on Hunter-Ray.
Yeah, everybody can please stop arguing with me with why I think he's considered the top, 5 best drivers in the league, all right? Or in the series, okay?
Oh, we met Mario Andretti too. He was very nice.
Mario's awesome.
Yeah, we like to rather meet Mario Andretti than Alonso. Well, yeah, Mario is awesome to talk to.
Yeah, Mario is very personable. Alonso was surrounded by 2 PR people, 3 very hot women that I don't know why they were there. And I don't remember much else.
But look at this. Your boy Renus VK, 16-1. I mean, all four of the Penske's except for, the 3 full-time Penske's up here. Simon 9-1, Joseph 11-1, Will 12-1. I mean, these guys are starting way back. I would not be putting money on. I was going to bet on a Penske, but I don't know if I can.
Why not? They've come from.
So if I'm going to put money on any one Penske, put money here on Joseph. So this we'll just do. Let's say $20. So yeah,
let's not do this on a stream. Okay,
I'm not actually going to place.
Okay, don't hit.
You can't actually place a bet on here. It's just so basically what you do is you prepare your bet, and they give you a QR code that you then take and scan at the kiosk inside the casino, and then it just pre-populates your whole bet.
It's amazing how many different ways they've come up to take your money.
Yep, but yeah, so because I'm going to pick a few drivers here. I would have put my money on Marco, 8.5-1. That's pretty good. Joseph, 11-1 is pretty good for if you're going to pick a Penske.
Okay, so if you pick a winner but he doesn't win, do you get a percent?
Okay, so that's what these columns are. So this one's pick the winner. If they finish second, you get nothing. This other column is to podium. This second column is to podium.
Oh, it's kind of like a box.
No, not really. These are just single bets. This is
like in horse bet.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is win.
That's what I meant.
And I guess the show.
Went through a phase where he was into.
He's into the pony.
Australian
horse racing is some of the best.
Yes.
Yeah, Australian horse racing is some of the best racing to bet on because their odds aren't screwed all to kingdom come.
I thought they rode
in the corruption like it is here. You know, you look at the odds and you pretty much get a real good sense of who you should be betting on, and if you do it enough, you come out on
Who
top.
has the worst odds?
Yeah, who does have the worst odds? It's
I'm
got to
curious.
be
Ben Hanley, 500 to 1.
I would have switched the last 4 and put them the other way around.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to pick any sort of long shot, maybe Spencer at 50 to 1, Oliver at 50 to 1.
Yeah, because everything that
Actually,
Oliver
no,
does.
wait. Here's your sleeper right here. If you really want to take a long shot, you take Palou 45 to 1 because he's got Honda power and he's in the top. He's starting in the top 9.
So if I take $100 and
I take him for a podium.
Okay, well here we go. If you bet 100, you'll win $4,500.
What?
So
if you bet $100 on Palou,
yeah, Missy,
45 to 1.
You feel like going to AC Saturday?
Ridiculous.
Take a couple $100, you know?
No.
Pato 35 to 1.
No, I don't gamble. I can find better ways to spend my money, like a pair of shoes or something.
You know how many pairs of shoes you could buy? That
I'll
one
wait
pair
for
of shoes,
I'll wait for you.
35 pairs of shoes if you bet on Pato.
You know, Elio being so high is an insult.
Yeah, Elio 33. I mean, they just discount him so far.
Yeah, it's like, oh, look at this IMSA guy coming in. I'm like, what? You mean the 4-time winner? Like, he's won 4 times, right? Am I crazy?
Oh.
3.
Who are we talking about?
3. Elio's a 3-time winner.
3. Okay, I always get that screwed up. All right, he would have had 4 if he, wasn't just
he didn't get passed in like the last half a second.
No, I'm talking about if he wasn't thrown into IMSA, and then the only time you get
full time.
I thought you were talking about the race with Ryan Hunter-Ray.
No, that was a great race, and Ryan Hunter-Ray won that race fair and freaking square. I'm sorry, he made a great pass into 3. He I mean, if you don't take a risk, you don't go for it, you're not going to win nothing. Ryan Hunter-Ray went for it. It was clean. It wasn't dirty. Elio screwed up and left too much room below. Bottom line.
Yeah.
It was a great race. It was Missy and I's first ever Indy 500 we went to. Yeah, it was a great race.
2014.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you really want to play the safe bet, pick your podium. I mean,
Dixon.
Yeah, I mean, even Marco on to podium is 2.5 to 1.
See, it's crazy that Pagano is what 1, 2, 3, 4. He's 5th on the list at, was it 900?
But then so he's.
But how far down is he? Where is he starting?
25th. Yeah, he's 25th, but he's 9 to 1. He's one of the favorites.
Yeah, and
See,
then you got Joseph
Newgarden with all the Penske's except for Newgarden. Newgarden starts 13th.
Yeah, and then Will Power right behind him, in front of Sato.
No, actually,
in front of Sato, who's starting on the.
No, actually, Will is directly in front of Simon in 22nd.
My point is, they're in the top 20. They're in the bottom 20. Come on, but they're in the top. Was it 10?
Ones to avoid betting on is going to be Power and Pagano. Newgarden is relatively safe, 11 to 1, starting 13th.
He's never won a 500.
He's the only one on that team that hasn't, so he's due.
Yeah, but the odds shouldn't.
And he's a champ. He's a champ.
So what? The odds shouldn't be reflecting that.
Well,
look at Sato.
My money's going to be on Marco.
Sato's won one, and where's Sato starting?
Where's Pato starting?
Sato's
starting third.
Third, right?
He's on the front row.
Row 1 outside.
That's why he's 16 to 1.
Yeah. Behind Simon, Joseph, and Will, who are all in the 20s.
Right.
That's insane.
So Sato's a solid bet.
Yeah, that's where I put my money.
Yeah.
Now.
I can probably see myself putting some money on Marco, Joseph, Takuma, Probably I think and Pillow.
Felix, definitely.
Yeah, Felix and Pillow. I'm gonna put my money on some some younger drivers.
And when and if Oliver wins this race, it'll look like he did it effortlessly, like he's won everything. He was like, "Yeah, I won the 500. You know, it's what I do."
And all I got to do is have one of them hit, and I make money. I need one of the 5 drivers I picked to win, and I'll make.
How much would you bet each driver?
20 on each.
20 on each. Okay. So that's 10 drivers, $200.
No, I was picking 5 drivers.
Okay, that's $100. That's $100, and then you probably,
Okay. Needs money for the blackjack table.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the only place to really win money.
Yeah, I know. Well, but then again, I gamble 5 days a week in the stock market, so it's.
You shouldn't. You really.
I mean, if you've seen what I've done over the last handful of months.
Okay, if you have some whatever money lately, you should, but soon you should not.
Oh, actually, I forgot there are more bets too. So yeah, the top 5s on driver to finish in the top 5.
Yeah, don't they have a bunch of wacky different?
There's some other prop bets. Top 10s.
Well, slow down. Okay, so Missy, if you had, forget about it, that money's worth, money, just for fun, who would you pick out of these different rare kind of, how they have the weird bets, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. So you got to remember when you see this minus here. So we'll actually do this way. So if you bet $100, you'll only win $95 on a Colton Herta top 10.
Yeah, it's kind of like when the Patriots, like if you want to put money on the Patriots, winning the Super Bowl, you got to spend like $100 to win 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if you bet $100 on Dixon to finish in the top 10, you would only actually win $25,
which is a total waste of money.
Right. But it's a near lock, unless someone blows him up.
Well, I mean, I remember that short shoot crash that he had between 1 and 2. Wow.
Yeah. So here's a good one. So the best finish out of Group A.
What considers Group A?
Is this like a parlay? I can't tell. This is like a parlay or something.
They have now turned the IndyCar drivers into horses.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. So they group them all. This might be a parlay. This could be a parlay.
Yeah, but what metric are they using to group it?
To best finish out of I don't know what metric they're picking in groups, but they pick 5
that
drivers.
Makes no sense.
And they can pick who's going to finish the best out of all of them.
Oh, well, that's simple. Okay, stop. Go back. So let's do Group A real quick. All right, so Group A, best finish Group A. I don't know how they came up with these 5 guys, but who is it, Missy?
The one's going to finish the best?
No, just name the 5.
Oh, Marco Andretti, Ryan Hunter-Reay, Alexander Rossi, Joseph Newgarden, and Simon Pagenaud.
Right, and out of those 5, who do you think is going to finish the best out of the 5?
Alexander Rossi.
Can't argue that. So, say you were to bet $100, you would win $325, and that's a kind of a parlay thing, I guess. That's not really parlay though.
Yeah, it might not be a parlay, but
so you're using the word parlay wrong. Okay, Missy, Group B, go.
Will Power, Takuma Sato, Ryan SVK, Colton Herta, and James Hinchcliffe.
And I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard not to pick Will.
I always want to say Will, but
I mean, even if you're not a Will fan, how can you not pick Will in this pile?
I mean, I always want to pick Will, but I want to lean towards Rhinus, though. I have a lot of confidence in him right now.
Yeah.
Although maybe I shouldn't after Texas, but
look, you have to screw up to get better.
This is a good group right here to pick out of.
See, Fernando Alonso, Connor Daly, Graham Rahal, Felix Rosenquist, and Elio Castroneves.
Oh my goodness, who's going to finish better out of them? All right. Well, let's start deducting. Ray Hall's out. Sorry, Connor. I love you, but no. Ooh, Elio, Felix, and let's see. One of the best, youngest drivers in the world. One of the most popular drivers in the world, and probably one of the best IndyCar drivers that's ever lived, that still races now. Who do you pick out of those three? Elio, Felix Rosenquist, or Fernando? And Fernando Alonso, granted, who's never raced an oval before, almost won the freaking thing 2-3 years ago. So
let's slow your roll with that. He
it was
almost won
25
anything.
laps left, and he blew an engine. So
Whatever.
let's slow your roll. He was going to win that thing.
No, he wasn't.
All right, so here, is this a parlay to pit in your lane? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Shout out to Mike. Nice
Does he
game.
actually like do gambling stuff on his podcast?
Who? Mike?
Mike.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't listen.
I don't think so, because when he named it Pit Lane Parlay, I'm like, was this a gambling podcast?
You would go right there. I don't know why he named it that.
I mean, it's a good name. I like the name.
Yeah, it's a solid name.
Oh, boo! They do not. Boo.
Felix Rosenquist.
Yeah, that, and I like Felix is the one I would pick out of this group.
I mean, I like Elio too.
I would take
but-
Elio, actually. I'm sorry. I would take Elio. He's got the most experience, the most wins. He's got the best chance.
In the final group,
And he's in the best car.
Let's see, Ed Carpenter, Marcus Ericsson, Alex Palou, Tony Kanaan, Spencer Piggott.
Ooh, okay, so deduction. Missy, first one out.
Ed Carpenter.
Yep. I don't know enough about Ericsson or Palau for ovals to say anything. Spencer, I love you, man, but I don't know much about you with ovals either.
Who's Tony racing for in this?
AJ Foyt.
Boy, so just because in the car. I mean, it's
Oh,
not.
TK said he's on the presser today that he feels like he has the best car he's ever had at Indy, even better than 2013.
Okay, let's go back in time and see how many times he said that.
Yeah, it's been a
Argument.
lot. It's been a lot.
Yeah. I think every driver said
They're obligated to say
there's
that.
only 20 things they're allowed to say, and it's all positive, you know.
I would put my money on Palou out of this group.
Yeah, I like that.
You mean the guy that's never done this race before?
Yeah.
That makes perfect sense. Right. Yep.
He's
Okay.
done well in the ovals this year.
Who's starting in the top 9?
Right, a 500 miler doing two.
I know it's 500 miles.
Yeah, it's
So now
only
we get to the prop bets.
Look,
here.
I was tired doing one lap around Iowa, and I wasn't even driving. So, that's a lot of, you know how many G's you're pulling in the front 1 and 3? That's a lot. It's a sport, because if you're not physically fit, you're going to just smash into a wall. It's not like these things
I don't know. Some drivers, I think it doesn't matter how fit you are. You're just
like dumb as a brick, like one of these in the back.
No, I'm not saying dumb as a brick. I just think no matter how much you work out or exercise, there's some drivers I think that aren't ever going to be fit enough to run the 500 miles.
Well, and there's other drivers that they don't even have to almost try, and they just naturally have it.
No, I don't think they naturally have it. I think you still have to work out. I'm just saying. I just feel like there's certain drivers that don't last the entire race because they just, no matter how fit they are,
They're
how
not mentally
much they
there.
train. No, they're just not. They're just not big enough to.
What do you mean big enough? Oh, like in size wise?
Yeah.
Mass wise?
Yeah.
Like Zach Veach wise?
Yeah.
Oh. Why don't you just say his name?
I don't want to put. I mean, Zach Veach is one of them. Yes. I mean, I like Zach. I just don't. I don't know. He's just small. Like
I mean, yeah, but I've seen him muscle these cars around for the last couple of years, and he's earned my respect.
Yeah, but
Okay,
then
so
win or finish top 3 in those races.
It's true.
So here's some interesting bets. Best finishing position. These are driver matchups.
This is straight up PvP.
Straight up head to head. Who finishes better, Dixon or Marco?
Dixon. That was quick. Oh, let's see. Bet 1,000, win 5.
Bet 100 to win 55.
That's just as bad.
I mean, bet 100 here, win 135 on Marco.
They're not giving him a chance either.
It's funny, Rossi and Hunter Ray.
Ooh, you know what? We should do a poll on Twitter with all this. Put them head to head and do
And then actually go to the casino and bet on the Twitter.
No. Well, we did this on the TZ. It was a bit more because 156. So this is a little bit more manageable. We won't be like dominating people's lines or anything. But we'll start like a betting thing with people, and they can vote on it, and by next week we'll have a winner.
Yeah. Lee's inner team is Power or New Guard.
Weekend,
Oh, what's that, Missy?
So the race is this weekend, so don't have a week to go.
I have off till Monday, so yeah.
Well, okay. Oh, here is your lock. Here's the lock. I just found your lock. Who's going to finish better, Takuma or Simon? That's Takuma all the way.
Simon.
Really?
Takuma's a wild card.
Third. Simon starts 25th.
Takuma's a wild card.
It's a lock. That's a lock. That's as close to a lock as you're going to find. I mean, look at the odds. Negative 155 to plus 115.
I don't know what those numbers
mean. Okay, well, we'll do it this way. You'll win $65 if you bet 100 on Simon versus you'll get 115 if you bet on Takuma.
And you're telling me that Sato's the lock?
Because
I'm saying Simon.
I can't trust Sato.
Well, I guess
I did see Dario win once because of his ungodly, ridiculous driving. So, just saying. Does he have a win? Sure. Did he give other people's wins because of how he drives? Yes. Has Simon? No. Takuma is my winner in that one. So that was fun. I don't know anything about gambling unless it's blackjack. I can do that because I can count +1 and -1 in my head.
I'm better at fantasy football.
She really is the guru, but they don't do that anymore, really, or at least they do, and now it's more regulated. I don't know.
Well, like the daily fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm still in like a season-long fantasy league. It's been like in the same group of guys for like almost 10 years now.
No, I mean, like, when Indie Rivals first came out, we used to do a show every like Thursday or Friday. And Missy had like Missy's Tracks Facts to do. Remember that? Yeah. But it got to a point where she was just repeating herself every year, pretty much, and then so, and then they just kind of stopped promoting it as much.
Yeah, there you go. I would rather bet if Takuma will take out Simon.
Yeah, then I would.
That's a bet. That's a sure bet right there.
Yeah, that's the lock right there. Good job. No slot scam. I don't like computers taking my money. Nope. I need somebody in front of me with a deck of cards so I can count them. Yeah. And no mid shoe. There's a great thing about Atlantic City. I know it's off topic, but there is no mid shoe entries during a blackjack. So after the dealer shuffles and starts the deal, you cannot come in and sit down. Whoever's there is there. You can leave and you can't come back until the reshuffle. That's called a no mid shoe. And from what I can gather, it only exists in Atlantic City, and it's amazing because blackjack has like a thing to it. Once you get the flow of it, just saying.
Deck of cards.
Yeah, deck of cards down at the Jersey Shore. We're from Philly, man, not New York, and you know it, Lance. Screw you.
But you live in Jersey, though, so.
Right, yeah. Southern Jersey. It's big difference.
No, Jersey Shore. Yeah, they live North Jersey.
Yeah.
There should be a line. It's smack in the center of Jersey.
We voted twice. We voted twice about this. To turn Jersey into 2 states twice. Yeah. Didn't go through. Should. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Anyway. We got tomorrow's carb day. I don't believe they're still doing the pit stop competition. I believe all there is they do the public drivers meeting that like the fans. I believe there's like a webcast or something that they're doing for it so everybody can watch at home. And then practice tomorrow. Where'd my email go? Practice from 11 to 1.
I want to see if I can bring up that.
Yep, 11 to 1.
Okay.
Final practice for the Indy 500. It will be on NBC Sports Network and NBC Gold. You can also get it on NBC or on the IndyCar Radio Network.
But guys, do IndyCar a favor, do NBC a favor. They've done so much for you guys this year when we've had nothing, you know. But you know what we've had the most of is racing, and that's all thanks to NBC. You know, and they had every right to not do anything whatsoever. They lost a lot of money this year, really did. You know, and
everybody's going to lose a lot of money this year.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, as out of all the sporting events that exist in this country, I would say racing really came through for the fans. So, you know, I'm telling you, you know, go and subscribe to IndyCar Gold if you can. And if you can, I'm telling you, the first 10 minutes of watching it is worth every dime you just spent. So, and the great thing is it keeps on going for the whole year. So, I'm just saying, like, it's one of the best things that they came up with. I like it a lot. Is a little bit of it? Is it a little bit exclusive? Sure, because you got to pay for it, but you really do get, like, you know before how they used to stream it on Facebook and everything without any commentary, nothing, fixed cameras. You just got to know what you're looking at to get anything out of it, right? Well, now that's changed. They're not fixed cameras anymore. You get commentary,
you get production quality.
You get production quality. You get, you know, timing.
You get Paul Tracy.
Huh?
You get Paul Tracy up at turn 2 speeds.
Who doesn't love PT? I mean, I love PT.
I mean, I think I know a lot of people that don't like PT, but
so do I. Look, I hated PT as his driver. I really did. Hated him. But as an analyst, love him. You know why? Because he's honest.
And he can take a jabbing. Him and Townsend will just poke at each other all race long, and they just take it and dish it right back. And it's refreshing compared to what you got in ABC between Eddie Cheeseburger and Scott Goodyear.
That was a good one. You kill me. You kill me, Chippison. So, but yeah, definitely. Piece of garbage. Yeah, I was looking up that you know, what I was telling you about, you know, it really explains the split. I know a lot of people like are really clueless about the split and everything.
I could have swore there was like a 30 for 30 about it. But they didn't. It was a Janet Guthrie one. I was really hoping they would have done one on the split.
Yeah, you know, and I could have sworn it was on Adrian's channel, but maybe not. I guess not. You know what? I'll find it. I'll post it on Twitter. But I'm going to be posting a lot of things where, like polls, people can vote on that you know, the Jared, you'll have to send me that list, you know, of the heads up, and then I'll start like a voting thing on Twitter, you know, ISCP podcast on Twitter. And you know, but where can they find everything at, Missy?
That'd be www.theindysportscarpodcast.com.
Yep.
And all those streaming places that I haven't memorized yet.
Yes. And just you can also find the show, everything related to us at Linktree, linktr.ee/ISCP podcast, and that has links to everything, homepage, all of our Twitters.
It does?
Cool.
Yep.
Does it have a link to our website too?
It does.
Sweet.
There we go.
I knew that website would come in handy for something.
There we go.
Is that what you guys had up?
Yeah, go to Linktree whatever.
Linktree.
Yeah, linktr.ee ISCP podcast, and then got links to the homepage, our YouTube page, Facebook, the show's Twitter, all of ours, Podbean, Apple Podcasts, all of our links.
Yep.
I worked hard on that website.
It's
Yep.
Yeah,
Top of the list is link to the website.
Yeah, we have a lot of video and pictures we need to put up on there that we always keep saying we are going to, but we're just, busy people like everybody else is, that's why we really appreciate people who listen and, give us feedback and all, because
I guess I should update.
I really, we understand how busy people are. So the fact that you guys give us, your undivided attention for an hour or so, it really means a lot. Thanks for cutting me off for saying Linktree. There you go. That's boom. Good one, Chipperson. Give him a car crash for that, please.
I don't have the car crash, but this what it was. Yes, ESPN special called 500 Miles Apart. That's what it was. Long before 30 for 30.
And what was that about the split?
Yes.
Okay. I'm starting to think this wasn't Adrian Moward. But if you guys want, a good recommendation on a really cool YouTube channel that he calls it Story Time. A lot of it is F1 though. I'll just warn you there. But some of it's IndyCar. It's called Adrian Moward. Yeah, it's pretty good. He just has whatever. I enjoy it. He hates Senna, I'll tell you that much. Or hated Senna, I should tell you that. Or put it that way, but he's British. Most British people do. I always wanted to type in like Indy. I swear, if I can just find it, I would play it because it was really good. It was like, oh, so Penske had more to do with it than I thought. Let's see here. Oh yeah, here it is. I know you did it.
Hey everybody, it's Aidan here once again with another Storytime episode where
okay, that's like 15 minutes long. So, if you want, I can just play like I think he gets into like the nitty gritty of it in the beginning, and then kind of goes through it. So, if you want, I'll just play like the first 5 minutes. Is that cool? Everybody cool with that? You want to hear it?
Yeah, that's how we're gonna end the show.
Oh no, are you interested, Miss?
I can't sit anymore. I'm sorry.
It's okay. If you gotta get up and move around, go. She's kind of, it's more than just her there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Blame it on Jackson. All right, so here we go.
Take a break from sim racing related stuff to look at the weird and wonderful stories from the real world of motor racing, regardless of the discipline. Now, today we have the full story of kart, the Indy Racing League, and the infamous split. Roll titles.
I was actually just going to watch this 500 Miles Apart.
Remember that music? Heck yeah. Where's my mullet?
J.R. Hildebrand has it.
Guitar solo in history. Now, when you think of motor racing in the United States, you think of NASCAR. Big, hefty, loud V8-powered machines driving round and round in circles. But there is another North American series that uses open-wheeled cars that drive around and round in circles. IndyCar. But IndyCar, despite being the well-known term of the cars used, has actually only been functioning for about 20 years or so. Before that, there was kart. Now, kart in various forms was actually older than NASCAR. Although NASCAR, despite only really being popular in the Bible Belt, was catching up in terms of viewers because of some rather well-crafted marketing plans. In 1905, the American Automobile Association, or the AAA, established the National Driving Championship and became America's first sanctioning body for car racing in the US. The AAA stopped sanctioning it following the fallout surrounding the 1955 Le Mans disaster. In response, the owner of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Tony Hillman, formed USAC, or USAC, to take over what was then called Championship Auto
like suck.
In 1978.
What? Sorry.
USAC, more like you suck.
Yeah, when a series is started because of a series that was started, normally it's the one that sucks. USAC and no, I'm going to stop there. But kart is and will always be the ultimate number one. I wish they would call it kart right now today, to be honest with you. But what is the sanctioning body? It's IndyCar, right? It's just IndyCar.
Yeah, IndyCar is just
IndyCar is IndyCar,
Mm-hmm.
which I like better, to be honest. But come on, who doesn't miss CART, right? I mean, who doesn't love abbreviations, right? What was CART an abbreviation for?
Championship Automotive Racing Teams.
Okay, and then USAC, yeah, he just said it. Okay, and again, Adrian or Adian or AID no word. So I will I'll throw it up on Twitter. This episode 18 basically on his channel, and so you guys can watch it. Basically, he just goes on iRaces. He basically goes on iRacing and he just drives around the Indy 500 as he tells a story. So it's all audio based anyway. There's your shout out. If you want to try to copyright me, good luck. It's a podcast.
Some of the car owners split from USAC. The whole split centered around a row of awful promotion and terrible prize pots. The group focused on one man to help change everything, Dan Gurney, who had been racing in Formula One for a few years. The ideas of how to separate from USAC became known as the Gurney White Paper, and the new organisation was called Championship Auto Racing Teams. Gurney had actually taken inspiration from what Bernie Ecclestone had done in Formula One with FOCA, the Formula One Constructors Association, which effectively made CART an advocacy group that would do the jobs that USAC wouldn't. A representative of CART would sit on USAC's governing body and would handle the TV rights and race purses. They were effectively Liberty Media to the FIA. Dan Gurney, Roger Penske, and Pat Patrick took requests from the others, but the whole...
Okay, pause. So Liberty Media owns F1 now, right?
Yes.
That was the comparison in case people aren't up to snuff with their F1 lingo. Just wanted to clear that up in case that made absolutely no sense to you. You know what I mean? Like, I almost want to back that up a little bit so you can really understand what he just said. See, FOCA was what Bernie Ecclestone became basically in control of, and then pretty much took over, F1, being, the head of FOCA. And because of that, that's who, and that's where the FIA came from after FOCA. The FIA was to counter FOCA, so FOCA disappeared and just became F1. So there you go. I mean, it's like, whoever, you can't make so much money or have so much power in motor racing, otherwise another sanctioning body will pop up to regulate you, and then and what we get is what we get, which Hamilton winning every race for 7 years.
Proposal was rejected by USAC in 1978, so they just went off and formed their own series instead, keeping the CART name. The FIA's representatives in the US did not recognise the new series, so an arrangement was made with the Sports Car Club of America, or SCCA, to sanction the series instead, which would allow the events CART held to be listed on the International Motorsports calendar, along with races such as Formula One Grand Prix, Le Mans, the Indy 500, and the Bathurst 1000.
I just want to say, Jared, I don't know if you agree with me or not, the SCCA does not get enough. The SCCA does not get enough appreciation, attention, or does not get enough. I don't know. You're a journalist. Come up with another word that's I'm trying to go for here.
Praise.
Praise. Thank you. Yeah, the SCCA does not get enough praise as it should, because if it wasn't for the SCCA, IndyCar as we know it would not exist. It wouldn't exist. It would just be gone. You would have little cells of open wheel racing that wouldn't go above what, an F4, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's club racing. So I'm not saying that that's not bad. We get a lot of drivers to RTI from those series. That's where SCCA was really gone to. It's a shame, really. SCCA deserves a lot more praise. Exactly.
CART quickly gained the support of the teams and track owners, with only AJ Foyt being the real opponent. The front and mid-pack teams in the USAC series all joined CART, meaning all the sponsors and names went with them. In 1979, 13 of the 20 races USAC raced at were part of CART, and by 1982, CART was recognised as the American Open Wheel Championship. During the 80s, though, CART started to attract heavy criticism. Andy Kanapensky of Machinist Union Racing would have confrontational discussions over the rules of the series and how things were officiated. In 1989, he led a pair of meetings at Michigan and Pocono where he berated several drivers for lobbying for expensive changes to the cars, which he felt his team could not afford, and only Roger Penske could. Some of his complaints were justified, though. some of the rules were a little too intrusive. In the early 90s, the carbon fibre tub that had been introduced by March was banned because the popular chassis makers in Penske and Lola hadn't made theirs yet. The other problem was that some undesirables had been making their way into the sport. South Americans, and worse still, Europeans. When Emerson Fittipaldi, a former Formula One world champion, won the kart title in 1989, drivers from South America and Europe were being attracted to the series. At the
Jared, it's almost like we know what we're talking about half the time, isn't it?
Yeah.
same time, kart was having significant success with street races in Detroit, Long Beach, Miami, Toronto, Vancouver, Cleveland, and Australia's Gold Coast. This pissed off the wrong kind of people, and this is where we get to the infamous split. The split came about because Tony George, president of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, approached the kart board of directors and proposed a new board consisting of representatives of the series tracks, team owners, and his suppliers. George was also annoyed that kart had taken his race at the Indy 500 and changed it into something he was not happy with, and as well as the growing concerns that too many international drivers, such as Nigel Mansell, who were coming over and make everybody else look like amateurs, George held a second race at the IMS for NASCAR. By the time of the split, only 17 of the drivers of the 40 to participate in the 1996 kart season were Americans, and 10 of them were ex-Formula One drivers. Tony George resigned from the kart board of directors and formed a new racing series called the Indy Racing League in 1994, using the building blocks of the Indy 500 as its foundation. With its first race in 1996, the IRL initially included an all-oval schedule, all races on US soil, and mostly American drivers running 1995 kart spec cars.
And how'd that go, Jared?
Not well.
If there was anything, dumpster fire comes to mind really quick. and all oval. Think about that. 17 out of the 40 participants of trying to qualify in 96 were left. And that 17 was like the 17 that just made it and were bounced. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we got let's name out the names. Michael Andretti, Alonso Jr., Paul Tracy. I can keep going on and on and on, and I will not hit on the name that. Oh, I'm sorry. Sebastian Bourdais. Oh, where is he at now? I'm sorry.
All but shut out kart regulars from the Indy 500 by guaranteeing the top 25 drivers in the IRL points a spot in the race, leaving only 8 of the 33 grid positions available to kart regulars to stop guys like Penske and the other big teams showing up and running away with it. Having fewer kart teams involved would mean hopefully some of them would be wiped out in a crash or have mechanical failures, enabling IRL teams and drivers to win. This became known as the 25-8 rule. The exclusion of well-known international kart drivers from the Indy 500 resulted in a significant drop in attendances and television viewership. Now, to put this into a better context for European viewers, I'm going to put what Tony George did into context, and I'm going to have to talk about football for a moment. The FA Cup final has been held at Wembley since 1923, except for the wars and when it was being rebuilt and played at Cardiff, but we'll ignore those tiny little details. Now imagine after nearly 90 years, the owners of Wembley decided that the FA Cup final was no longer a Football Association event. By taking IndyCar's FA Cup final off the kart schedule, George wasn't really firing a warning shot from a few hundred yards away. He'd sent in a B-52 and dropped a nuke. In response to names such as Castroneves, Fittipaldi, Cheever, Vassar, Tracy, and other massive names potentially getting excluded from one of the biggest events on the motorsport calendar, kart said, well, fuck you then, we'll have our own race.
With blackjack and hookers.
Ow.
Kart came up with its own showcase event, the US 500
Thanks,
at Michigan
Adrian.
International Speedway on the same day as the Indy 500 in 1996.
Wow.
Coverage and substantial promotional efforts were required to fill the estimated 80,000 seats at MIS. The race had a disastrous start with a 10-car crash involving many of the cars, further hurting car credibility. National Speedway nuke. In response to name,
Just going to stop. So basically, this is the US 500 at Michigan. This is what happened the first lap.
Hello.
My teeth are dry.
Names such as Castroneves, Fittipaldi, Cheever, Vassar, Tracy, and other massive names potentially getting excluded from one of the biggest events on the motorsport.
I gotta get off.
Hart said, well, fuck you then, we'll have our own race.
With blackjack and hookers.
So CART came up with its own showcase event, the US 500 at Michigan International Speedway on the same day as the Indy 500 in 1996. The race failed to attract network TV coverage, and substantial promotional efforts were required to fill the estimated 80,000 seats at MAS. The race had a disastrous start with a 10-car crash involving many of the cars, further hurting CART's credibility. The teams were allowed to hastily bring out backup cars even though they were already out of the race. The race date was changed for 1997 so it didn't clash against the Indy 500. The US 500 name was, however, retained through until 1999 and affixed the existing July race at Michigan. So what we're essentially seeing here is the racing
I gotta go.
between Ted Turner's World Championship record.
That's basically what happened. So
Yeah, so we'll put up a link to this if anybody wants to watch it.
it's very interesting. I'm sorry. There's literally another, let me see here. It was that was only 7 minutes, but we kept pausing. So there's another 10 minutes left. But it's really interesting, really intricate. It's not just, Tony George wanted more money or something. So bleh. It wasn't that simple. And for some reason, people have really dumbed it down to like just that, and it wasn't. You know what I mean? So hey, I guess Penske finally 30 years later won, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I swear when Penske bought IMS, I went, so if he finally won the split battle.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so
yep, everybody tune in this weekend. We'll be on Hot Mic. Frank will be on tomorrow, probably, maybe, I don't know.
Well, you got to pick a winner chicken dinner.
Oh, my winner is Marco Andretti in the year of our Lord 2020.
Yeah, why not?
Why?
Pretty soon locusts will start falling from the sky too. So I'm gonna go Sage Karam. Why not? No.
Yes. Pato's a good one to go with. Can't go wrong with Pato.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm happy for him. He deserves it. Him being in this race, if anybody knows what this talented young man's gone through in the last 5 years to get to this race, it's a book. It's a movie, even. It really is. And honestly, so look out for Pato. The dude is a hey Mike, what's up, buddy? Mike Yoakum, everybody.
Oh yeah, thanks for showing up, Mike, right at the end.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yeah. Actually, we did have a question. We had a question for you, Mike. Pit lane parlay, was that a gambling thing with the parlay? Because we were going over the odds of everything.
Yeah, we just got done reviewing all the gambling on the 500.
And you got a plug out of it for somehow because of the parlay thing. So that's why. But hey, don't answer if you don't want to, buddy. You can talk about it on your show. It's fine.
Yeah, no gambling for Mike. Boo.
Yeah, no, good for him. He's a smart man.
Yeah.
Anyway, parlay also means a battle. But thank you. Oh, you're right. Oh yeah. Parlay. That's an old time.
Ole.
Oh, you know what? You're right. See, that's why Mike's smarter than me and most people. Well,
Right, I got one last thing to close out here.
Go ahead. DuckTales.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Race cars, lasers, aeroplanes. It's a duck blur. Might solve a mystery or rewrite history. DuckTales.
Hey, it's Roger Penske.
Tales of daring, good, bad, and good luck tales.
Okay, we got it.
There's a stranger.
We got it, Jared.
No, I don't think we do.
Yeah, it's over. Please. Oh my God.
Every day that I am making DuckTales. Tales of daring, good, bad, and good tales. Not ponytails or counting tails, no DuckTales.
Awesome.
I'm so glad we gave Disney a plug. Screw you, Disney.
Oh, it is. Oh, son of a. That's probably gonna get copy struck. So we're gonna pull a plug there, and I'm gonna just edit out that last minute of the show.
That's good. That's
Thanks
good.
everybody for tuning in.
Yep. And also again, check back with the Twitter. I'm going to be doing the voting with
We'll be on Sunday all day from like whenever they go on
well,
TV.
no, early for Monaco, right? No. I'm sorry. This isn't May and things aren't real and this world's is Monaco this weekend? Or
No.
Good job, F1.
Yep. All right.